Welcome to the Uncut Chronicles. I'm Krystle.
I'm Andy.
And we are coming to you with information and topics every day, such as
culture, trending topics, shit your mammy probably don't need to hear.
So come on in with us so we can share more with you about our day. Hey everybody, I'm Krystle.
And I'm Andy.
And today we are here on the Uncut Chronicles, okay? And we're about to cut up. What we talking about today, Andy?
Monique.
Mo.
Monique.
Don't say daddy, not today. Please don't say daddy, not one more damn time.
Monique. We gonna address daddy.
Go ahead. Let's.
But we got to talk about Monique. So, as we all know, Monique had her interview on Club Shay Shay.
It was good.
It was a good interview. She said a lot of things. And she had the public support for a minute.
Hot second.
Like 4 days, literally. If you want to be like down to the day, 4 days. She literally had the public support. And then her son came out and was like,
Shalon
said, cut the shit. He literally said, cut the shit, bitch. That's literally what he said. But he said it nicely. He articulated it. He said, cut the shit, bitch. And he did. He read her.
He said her and her daddy have their sons. If he say daddy one more goddamn time.
I said, ooh, and ate her ass up. And ate daddy up too. And you know what? I stand with Shalon.
How can you not? I mean, when she doubled back around and then put the messages where she was texting him, they were so spread out that it wasn't a good look. I mean, it just would have been better off to get up there and do a physical apology as a mother and put a wrap and put a bow on it and speak from a new place of love, not the rewind version. That's an epic fail.
I feel like
I'm just saying.
Shalon is holding a mirror to, I don't want to say most of us, but some of us that have dysfunctional relationships with our parents. And where Shalon, I feel like he gagged her, was when he said that she's trying to overcompensate for the lack of affection or lack of parenting with materialistic things. And what was the first thing Monique and her husband got up there and did?
They said that they bought him a car.
They did this, they did that, they did this for the baby, they bought him this, they bought him that. Proving his point that y'all are substituting material things
for a relationship. It's true. It's true. But prior to that coming out in the woodworks, she was on Club Shay Shay discussing life, how she speaks up in the industry and how she's blackballed for it or mistreated. And now Taraji's got up here and spoke and said some of the same things that here you guys are. And you're like, oh yeah, that does happen. Oh, Monique did say it. And so in all fairness, let's go back to some of that because we do need to give her credit for what she did say on that part.
Okay. So
her and DL got a little into it too. Her and DL. And you know he not your favorite person.
Fuck DL. And fuck that Cheeto man beard that got. And I stand on business. Size 6.5, 7, standing on business. I mean what I said.
Oh gosh. Well, once I heard the things that you were alluding to, I was blown away. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know all those things, and I was pretty disgusted if those things are accurate. And if they're not accurate, he needs to get a mop, a bucket, a sponge, a towel, a squeegee, and get to work because it's a mess, baby. It's a hot, boiling mess. But I do think the way DL dealt with Monique after Monique told her truth and then DL's response, that was messy and wrong. You couldn't even make it look appropriate or decent as people over the age of 50. To behave in such those ways.
It was true.
And so I'm like, this isn't a good look because not once have you said that you didn't do the things that she accused you of doing. And in her interview, she also backdoored because he made a comment about, that's why your man is broke and you had to go borrow money from other comedians. But she ate that up too. She was like, and I did borrow money from Kevin Hart. He did write us a check and we did turn around and pay it back with interest. She said that. She said times got hard because the gatekeepers cut off her income. Just like some of y'all people at y'all jobs be cutting off, your next job that you were trying to interview for and they gave you a bad review and now you can't get the good paying job that was coming up next. So it does happen, right? So I got to give her credit for that much. And she said, because she's a fat black woman, y'all don't want to hear what she has to say.
And she's right.
And she's right about that.
She's very right. And everybody proved her point.
Yep. She was like, nope, y'all proved my point when I continued to say what I had to say. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Everybody told me I should be grateful just to be able to be paid to show up. Because I'm fat.
And that's why I respect Monique in everything that she's contributed to the industry. And I feel like, again, like she said, because she's a fat black woman, she's not respected in the way that she should be. And I'm like, can Monique, two things can be true. Is Monique slightly problematic? Yes. But is Monique an amazing entertainer in what she does in her lane? Yes.
Why is she problematic?
I think she's slightly problematic because she's dodging the accountability of some of her interactions, and really not even her per se, but I mean with Shalon, yes, but with others, because she's not taking accountability that her man is the problem.
Okay, but has anybody said what this gentleman has done to be the problem? I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just asking. I need somebody to give me a direct example so I can better understand how he's been the problem.
So apparently, Sydney does very poor management or deals on Monique's behalf. His interactions with others in concerning Monique has been very problematic, where he's very disrespectful or very shysty and untrustworthy. So,
low-paying deals or just unprofessional all the way around and talking crazy people and misbehaving?
Second.
Really?
Yes.
And I did not hear this.
Yes. So Sydney is very well known as being problematic within the industry and her being her management. But Monique is like, well, my man, which is fine. But are we also going to look at your man also makes bad decisions for you as well?
Why does her man have to be her manager anyway? Can we talk about that part? Like, did he have a background in this field? Like, for example, so if you're my partner, no, you cannot show up and just be my attorney, my business attorney. I'm sorry, that's not in your wheelhouse of things you can do very well.
I think that goes back to that thing with Monique and him where she saw him as like her king that she submits to. And, like she calls him daddy.
What do you think about that?
I think that's kind of weird a little bit.
Saying the words daddy? Because you used to be a sugar baby, so don't act like you ain't never.
I ain't never called. Now, let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this before we get crazy in here.
I'm asking though, you understand the term.
In the privacy of our rooms, what we call each other, whatever. Am I going to get up here and be like, well, my daddy said I could do this. And then I'm looking around like, my daddy said, yo, daddy.
You don't see any, because you don't see no older black
That's
people.
your husband.
She does.
What are you talking about?
Every 30 seconds. That's where it gets to be a bit much. If she said it here and there, a little sprinkle and a sprinkle, she'd be like, okay, whatever, they playing. But
the dick is not that good for you to be acting like that. And I don't believe that.
You don't know that man's life.
I don't believe that.
Wait a minute. Wait. What?
I don't believe it. I don't care.
What did you see that led you to believe that it is not bodacious?
Because it's Poindexter looking ass. I just did not believe
that don't mean nothing.
I was looking at her. I was like, no. Even if.
I done had
and
some
I like
glasses.
nerds. No,
thank you.
I like nerds, okay?
I know. I'm about to say.
My partner's a nerd. And I love it damn bad. They get down. But that one, I just knew. I was like, it can't be that good. It can't be that good for you to act this stupid. You are 56. What are you doing? If I'm 30, 31. I'm not finna sit up here and be, my daddy said, and my daddy this, and my daddy that. And he's sitting right up there looking like a proud daddy, like.
Because he calls her mama, right?
I don't know what sick shit they do. I don't like it.
No, for real. He says mama. He's like, now mama. That's how when she tells the stories, she tells it as if she calls him daddy and he calls her mama. Do they maybe both have some parental issues, possibly?
Yes.
They've been friends since high school? 10th grade, I believe. You don't like it?
No.
Okay. So you said he's shysty. You said that he's unprofessional. Like it's been alleged that he says and does things that are unprofessional, not in her best interest. Yes?
Yes, correct. That is correct. But my thing is, I get what she's saying when she tried to like dig at Tiffany Haddish and was like, because Tiffany Haddish kind of talked about the same thing about her husband, and
right?
Sip. But she was like, well, my man, my daddy, my manager, whatever, don't have me out here getting DUIs. Don't have me out here doing stuff that alludes to child pornography or anything like that. Okay,
that's true. She did say that.
Okay.
She did say that.
I just felt like that was common sense, but okay, valid.
She said she got somebody on her team that at least is like, hey, roll this on back.
Yeah.
That is to be respected.
Valid.
That has to be respected.
That's valid.
Right.
But my thing is there a fine line here with control and being my manager? Because I can guise anything I want you to do under me looking out for your best interests as your manager. But it doesn't feel like a healthy, balanced relationship, if that makes sense.
Okay, that possibly is true. Monique made a good point on Club Shay Shay, though. She said, name one company or one event that we did or promotions of any kind for any type of production where they said that I was difficult or that I've been sued for, destroying a show or event because I was being difficult. And she said, there are none. I've never been sued for that because I'm not difficult.
I can give her that till next. I think.
And she said Tyler accused her and created the rumor. Eventually, she said she has a recording that others have heard where he apologized and said he did lie and create that rumor. So is this true? Clearly not if it's a rumor.
No.
But that's not, Monique being difficult is not the same as Monique's husband being difficult.
Right. But then if you're joining yourself with your husband, you're one. If he's difficult, of course they're going to paint you as being difficult. Yep. And that's where I say she's problematic in that sense because she's connected to a man that is problematic.
So you think she's an abused woman?
In a sense, yes.
Now, as powerful and as outspoken as she is, and as much as she said that she used to really just, either you're going to do what I say or you're going to do what I say, do you think she's going to go from that to just taking it hands down, like whatever he said?
Surprisingly, and I know people don't think that happens with very strong-minded women. It can happen. And I'm like, are we not seeing this? Like, I've seen a healthy relationship where, the wife is submissive and she honors what her man says, and hey, what he say is what he say, and that's it. Cool. I've seen healthy boundaries. I've seen healthy relationships like this, but that just don't give me that with her anymore.
I mean, I think the way that has to go, in my opinion, is we're a united front. So if you're my husband and we're somewhere and you say we're not doing it, and I go, what? And you say we're not doing it, and I go, why? And then you mumble just enough to me, let me know you're wise, and I can go, okay, when we get home, we're going to talk about this.
Okay.
Because I still have an opinion, I still have a voice, but out here in front of people, we're going to be a united front to be respectful. But I think that you do have to have a limit. You do have to have a boundary.
And I feel like they don't have that.
So you think, so she's going to let him just run her on the ground financially, which he's done?
Mm-hmm. And here's why I said the thing that gave me that, like, Monique, be fucking for real, was that whole Shalon thing. That was not, he should not have been there. If he was there, he should have been there for more support, or I'm going to tap you on your arm like, okay, really back in, we're done. Him addressing her son, saying that he doesn't claim him or whatever, but he claimed this child, but not this child, and talking on her behalf. And I was looking at Monique as like, as much as Monique talked about she loved her kids and everything like that, why are you letting that man speak on your behalf for your son? Why? That's where I say there's no boundaries there. And that's too far. Because, yes, Shalon publicly made a statement. Yes, you have every right to respond to that statement the same way it was given to you. However, it goes back to when we talk about, does he have her best interest at heart? Because as your man and as your manager, I would have been like, don't get online and address him.
That's true. You know what? That's true. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the waters are too muddied. Yes. Maybe they don't know how to decipher between husband and wife and manager and the role of her being in entertainment. And so I feel like that probably is the biggest problem. Because if that's the case, then you wouldn't be out here calling this motherfucker daddy. But it's unprofessional.
That, and it's too much emotion in what they do. And I don't like that.
I agree.
Because that was personal. Emotion. That was so personal, and that was like emotionally driven to respond.
Also, I was tired of seeing like the blinds and stuff. Like, why y'all way down here with the blinds? Y'all not gonna pull this camera just a little scoop, just a little up?
No, because you can't see him with her arm twisted underneath the table.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why I'm like, their relationship to me is weird. And everybody's like, well, it was already weird because they had an open marriage. I'm like, people have open marriages all the time. Y'all just would never know. Y'all would never know.
This is true.
A lot of people have open marriages. Do I think she opened up the marriage in the guise to kind of like with Sydney's infidelity? Yes. And that goes back to we're going to act like a united front. But where's the boundaries there?
Wait, did he cheat on her?
Yes.
Whoa. Somebody.
Some nobody.
When was this?
A long time ago. I think this is like in the early parts of their marriage.
Now we were best friends, and then you cheated on me once we got married. For
and then
what?
They had an open marriage.
Open so he could just play on the field instead of just like for real having an open marriage? Because she said that she's had her fair share.
I'm sure
hobbies and thotties.
She did.
No, for real. She said that
I don't doubt it.
She said women can pull just as much.
I don't doubt it.
Okay. So she was having her fun. He was having his, and they gave him a proper out or whatever.
I think it gave him a proper out. I think that, like, it was almost like that Iman and Tiana Taylor type deal. Yeah. I think they gave her a proper out. And that's why I'm just like, does this man really have your best interests at heart? And my thing about infidelity, too, is how can I trust you? And business people will legit, if they find out you have any type of infidelity, like real business people, they'll cut you off. Because if you'll cheat on the person that you'll lay in the bed with every night,
what we do to them,
ain't no telling what the hell you'll do to me. So that alone would not make me want let that man be my manager.
Oh, this is messy.
Like I wouldn't do it. So that's why I'm like, when you say like, you think Monique strong-willed? Yes. Yes.
Do you feel like the sweet babies, the honeys, the my sweet babies, those are words she uses a lot. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that those words are authentic?
In a sense, because I feel like that's the mom she wants to be.
Not delusional. Wait a minute now. What did you just say? Whoops. What did you just say? Did you just say she's put on a class act here?
That's the mom she wants to be.
The mom she wants to be.
I don't doubt that she hasn't been nurturing, because even in the text, when I was reading the old ones, he was responding to it like, mommy, like he loves his mom. They love each other.
Yeah, he said that.
They love each other. But you could tell that's the mom she wants to be.
Okay.
That's not who she is.
So you think that she's out here putting on a front?
Yes. I do.
That she now believes. Oh my.
Because how many times have we heard, and like, even sometimes for me, like when I was going through with my parents, I was like, where did you get this Delulu world from that y'all was living in with me? Like, I don't recall none of that happening. And I feel like that's how Shalon feels. Like, I don't recall none of it. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, because he was saying that other people in her crew raised him. Like his cousin really raised him.
But she doesn't, and it's almost like she warped that reality in her mind of what she felt like that relationship is. And don't get me wrong, like, I love Monique. I do. I love Monique and I respect Monique and everything that she has done in the industry. But
I did until she cracked that sweaty coochie joke. And I was like, why did you have ha ha ha? I don't like it. That's how I felt.
It was the Sydney for me when she started dating and marrying Sydney, and I was just sitting over there like,
he's her third husband. She said that she's had to grow a lot. And she said that he, and I quote, raised her, end quote. Blink twice if you're being abused. Please. We need to put the emergency number on the bottom.
Because, like, I'm telling you, like, that relationship is not healthy and nobody will convince me. And they were, like, having on this discourse, like, Black women have never seen a real woman submit to their Black man. And I'm like, no, I've seen it. Like, I've seen healthy relationships. Yeah. I've seen it. I have. That's not healthy. I don't care what you say. Just because a woman is sitting there and shutting up and let a man talk as reckless as he was talking, that doesn't equal a healthy relationship.
Agreed.
And that's where I'm like, are we not, I guess I'm looking at it from a different lens.
No.
And I'm like, what? Are we all watching the same shit? Because y'all don't see this is not healthy?
Okay, so then are you on the side of DL then? Because DL doesn't like him either.
I will never be on the side of DL. I don't give a fuck if he's right. I would, just out of spite, I would go to the opposite. That's how much I hate that man. I would go to the opposite. I know the opposite, the opposing view is so wrong. I would stand on it.
Okay, fine. But Monique said that you guys have a problem with her saying the things that she says about your legends and heroes and sheroes of the culture. And that is why y'all don't want to respect her and what she has to say, because she's coming for y'all legends.
I feel like a lot of people feel like that. I don't, because I honestly wholeheartedly believe what she said.
You think Lady O was a problem?
Can y'all stop putting Oprah on this pedestal, please? Oprah is one of those people, just like that girl for Dr. Phil. I will never be like none of you Negroes. Like, please stop putting Oprah on this pedestal. Oprah does not care. I feel like Kanye. Oprah does not care about Black people. When are y'all gonna get that through y'all head? Oprah hates us.
You think so?
I know so.
She loves Tyler. Your eyes don't have to talk to me like that. Listen. Tyler saved her company, she said.
Doing what?
She said that he wrote and produced shows for her at a rate that saved her network because it was drowning. She was having struggles with keeping, up with everything that was needed, and she needed more content. And so she said that Tyler swooped in and really, really had her back.
Okay, let's dissect this.
Oh, shit.
Let's dissect this.
Go ahead.
Because who was Oprah catering to?
The people.
Who was Oprah catering to?
On her network at the time, come on, let's go back about 10 plus years.
That network was boo-boo as hell.
It was. It really was.
She was not catering to... She was not catering to the audience she should have been catering to.
Which is who? Because everything Tyler writes, he writes pretty much for Black people and a certain type of Black person.
But Oprah separated herself from that because that's
why she was drowning, so she brought Tyler in with the life raft? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Because she wasn't getting the support from the Black community. Because once Oprah reached that status and all that stuff started coming out about how Oprah was acting, how Oprah was treating people, how I don't really deal with none of you Negroes. And she was chasing behind all of her Caucasian peers. The same Caucasian audience and peers that she thought was going to support that O network.
And they didn't.
And then here come Mr. Bad Wigs bad writing.
She said bad wait to bad.
Light-skinned man oiled up to save the day from the evil bald head dark-skinned man.
Damn it! Every time. He has his own studio though now, ma'am.
I don't, again, Tyler's one of those people. I don't knock his accomplishments. Do I like Tyler Perry as a person? No, I'm Spike Lee when it comes to Tyler Perry. I cannot stand that man. But he saved her network because Tyler Perry appealed to an audience that she separated herself from.
I guess you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You need the money for the bad wigs? I got you.
But wait a minute, how dare Lady O not be respectful and kind to another black woman of size who's making waves in the industry, who's already had, Monique said that she had been only in the industry for 3 months before she got offered the Parkers. But she said that Lady O came after numerous auditions, movies, and shows she had to request those roles from right underneath her. I want to be the grandmother. I want to be the aunt. Those are roles I want to play.
The only black woman that Oprah loves and cares about is Gail.
Now, I knew you. Here you go. Ooh, here you go with the shenanigans.
You know.
Somebody yesterday said that Oprah says when she's had, it was the quote that I don't remember.
That Oprah said Gail comes in and calms her when she's having a bad. Not Stedman.
You know what? I'm thirsty on that note.
Gail comes in and calms her down. I don't care what you and Gail doing between the sheets. That's your business. But that is the only black woman that Oprah loves and respects is Gail.
Why?
Because that's her lover.
Okay, but why else outside of her being her lover? If that's the case.
I think because she sees herself in Gail. I think so.
They've been friends for what, 40 years? They've literally been friends for 40 years.
Okay, Whitney and Robin.
My mind is blown, and I love Whitney and Robin. Let me just say that. I digress. Let's go back. So, poor Stedman. This is so sad.
Stedman is just a beard.
Stedman said that he had to really, he first of all, he's a prolific speaker and so talented and so intelligent. But he said for a long time he lost himself because, as he said, people don't refer to him as Oprah's boyfriend. And that none of his accomplishments for a very long time mattered. People didn't even see his accomplishments as accomplished as he is. How sad is that at over the age of 40 and 50 years old, that you've lost yourself because the person that you love maybe just isn't giving you the respect you deserve, or maybe you don't feel like you're getting the respect you deserve. Maybe they think they're showing it to you. Craziness. But my point is, do you think that what Monique already said, Taraji showed y'all that little video when they were standing up doing that interview, and she didn't seem to be comfortable standing next to her, but Oprah said she was just simply cold. It was cold outside. She had to scoot over. This half was low. Okay. So what do you think the beef was between Taraji and Lady O?
Because she probably called her out. And Oprah doesn't like accountability either.
So then why wouldn't she like Monique if they two birds of a feather flocking?
That's why I said two things can be true. I think Taraji called her out. And I honestly think Taraji did try to handle it in private. Probably. I do believe that.
Probably.
And Oprah probably did one of this. Oh, okay. And went about her day. And Taraji was like, okay, let me try one more time. Told Oprah what it was. And Oprah probably pulled one of these. And Taraji said, I do you one better. And publicly came out and told her. And Oprah and it forced Oprah's hand. Because Oprah didn't have no choice but to address it.
But did she really address it?
She gave her a PR answer and went about her day.
Taraji said that they shouldn't have to have infested trailers.
No.
They didn't have proper ride service. They were told to drive themselves in and out. Mm-hmm. And they were getting off very late on set. So they're exhausted and drowsy. and how unsafe it was. Oprah said she fixed all those things.
When?
I have no clue. I wasn't there.
And didn't. So I feel like Taraji called Oprah out because Oprah does not care. Like, and that's my thing. I'm trying to tell people she does not care. If your heart was truly in this and you truly cared about these actors and you love these Black women that are coming together to recreate this Color Purple musical that we did not need, why would you not even give them the basic necessities?
Do you think that Tyler bridges the gap for that? Because Tyler does seem to care and respect more actors and people at different levels of their career?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I feel like that was the difference there. Because I feel like if this was something that Tyler put on, which he'll never will, that he put on...
you know he writes all the Queen's Men as well. Goodbye. Moving on. Sorry, I thought I would give him some credit. I mean, it's not a lot of bad wigs in it, you know.
But there's a lot of oiled up light-skinned men in it, ain't it?
Damn it, it really, really is. I mean, mineral oil down to the socks. Okay, go ahead.
But I feel like if Tyler Perry was there, it would be a different story. But I feel like because Oprah was there and Oprah don't give a damn. Y'all here because y'all should be blessed that I gave you the opportunity to do this for me. How dare you call me out that I didn't give you a ride home? How dare you call me out I kept you on set? Like, y'all should be honored to do something for Oprah. And that's what he gave. And a lot of them, like, some of those actors are like, came off of Netflix and other shows and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They were, which is why I don't feel like they said anything. Because it's like, what is the chance that, you know, I'll come off of Netflix or come off a little show and I get this big come up like this to work with Oprah? Oh, I'm going to sit here and shut the fuck up. I'm going to take my foot, I'm going to stomp that little roach, and I'm going to turn my head, act like I ain't see it. But people that have been in the game, like Taraji, even Fantasia, that been in the game for decades, no, they're not sitting well. That's not the standard.
Fantasia didn't say anything.
I think Fantasia said something, but didn't say something at the same time.
Example, give it.
I feel like Fantasia was standing in joint arms with Taraji, but then you know who it reminded me, what it kind of reminds me of, when the Dallas Cowboys was kneeling, but the owner didn't want to kneel. So he just locked in arms and stood up. That's what it gave. Because while Fantasia is in the game and she's been in the game for a long time, she ain't got the status enough where Oprah could really derail everything she's trying to do. So I feel like she
can or cannot?
Oprah can.
Not with them vocal cords Fantasia has, because Fantasia's not eating acting work, baby. Recording, music.
Oprah got her hand in everything.
Not in music like that.
I don't even think it has to be directly Oprah. Oprah can say that one.
This is true, because Monique did say that she will show up or make phone calls or do things that will stop your progression. Okay.
And it's Oprah. Let's be for real. It's Oprah. If Oprah says, okay, I don't want to hear Fantasia's album, I don't want to see a tour, figure it out. They're going to figure it out. Because Oprah money long, and she got the connections to make it happen.
And that's why Fantasia kept giving y'all them dope-ass outfits, just so y'all could look at something else. And baby, she was serving every day.
She was. I love Fantasia. I really love Fantasia, and I root for her. I really do.
Fantasia tell you in a heartbeat, baby, she ain't got no private chef at her house. She cooking her home meals.
I love Fantasia.
She don't pay for no extras because that's not in the budget. Okay, she trying to save her money for the off season.
That's why I'm
Can't get any more honest than that.
She wasn't gonna say nothing. I think she wanted to be very vocal, but she had to watch herself.
You could see that. And you actually could see that in her facial expressions. You could see it in her eyes. You could see the way she sat and the way she looked at Taraji like, I know what you're going through and I don't like it. Danny too. Danielle Brooks, same thing.
That's why I said.
You could see it in her face too. And it was like, and they were all almost as if they were holding their breath, trying to be as supportive as they could, but trying to make sure they could still eat.
That's why I said.
Because they know that every next is about what's coming next.
That is why I said the ones that were silently supporting stayed silent because they didn't have the opportunities like Taraji has and have the tenure in the game like Taraji has had. And I think at the time when Taraji was speaking out, I think she felt as though because of her reputation, because of how she is in the industry, she thought people would rally together and support her. Which was odd because it was like almost like 50-50. And that was weird to me. It was 50-50 support for her because some people were like, well, what do you expect? You came from Baby Boy. What kind of role do you think you be doing? I'm like, Taraji is more than like she has done so much. Why are y'all limiting to her one movie? She's done so much. And there were others that were just like you and I, who were like, whatever she said she did that shit.
Yeah, Taraji's a pretty open and honest person.
I have never heard Taraji doing anything weird in the news. Like, I've never heard anything of her doing weird. I rarely ever even heard other celebrities talk bad about her.
And even she'll tell you, like, the money that she gets, like, for a show or a movie or whatever, she said, we have to pay people out of that. You've got to pay stylists. You got to pay PR. You got to pay managers. You have to pay everything. You might take home a couple of $100,000.
And I don't know why that was so hard for people to believe.
I don't know why either, because it's the truth. Just like when y'all take y'all little paychecks home. Y'all know y'all got to pay gas and lights and water and utilities and buy groceries and pay the cell phone bill and these car notes and insurances. What are y'all talking about?
It's the same thing like how it is with like rappers and stuff. Because people see them like, oh, you got money, you got... But they don't understand that money that they sign is a loan.
Yes.
It's a loan, and they have to pay that money back.
But Monique said that, that they only made $55,000 or $50,000 per episode when she did the Parkers, her and Countess, who y'all know is here from Idabel, Oklahoma. And so, which just a little country road down the street, they didn't make very much, but that show today, I think they said at the time, it made over $800 million. But they only got paid $55,000 a piece per episode, I believe is what she quoted, which is not a lot. No. And now they're telling them the show didn't make any money. It went broke after they paid everything. How? And it's in syndication.
That show was everywhere. Literally everywhere. People take clips, sound bites, everything from that show. There's no way that show did not go broke. They didn't want to pay them.
Do you think she should still keep fighting? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're all for her fighting that. Do you feel like her husband should be on the forefront of that, or should it be somebody else?
Find somebody else to do it.
Just find somebody else?
Get somebody else to do it. And I love Monique, but I don't like the position that she's in with her man. I don't like how... And I get, like, as you get older, like, all that rah-rah-rah kind of dies down.
Sure.
But I just don't... This Monique, I don't care for. I'm going to be honest. And I know some people, what you want, the ghetto rowdy loud? I was like, yeah, no. But this Monique, I don't care for it. I don't care for it.
What I think I hear you saying is you feel like the role she played in Precious is more appropriate to reality when it came to her parenting Shalon. Is that what I think I hear you saying? Oh, my. You saying that she won the Oscar for the reality?
What did they say? Life imitates art, art imitates life.
Imitates life. What? You know what? I don't know where this is going to go next. This is sticky on so many levels, but I so appreciate Shannon Sharpe for giving a platform for her to speak, allowing her to be honest. Monique and Kat did echo some of the same sentiments, some of the same people and the same disagreements and lack of approval for misbehavior. And that was interesting too.
That's why I said, I believe what she said. Mm-hmm. I do. I believe what she said. And people are trying to say, oh, she's just saying that because she's on the tour with Kat. No. If Kat didn't fuck with her, he wouldn't.
I bet you she wasn't even on the original lineup. Mm-mm. It didn't even seem like it at all.
No, I feel like she was telling the truth on a lot of stuff that goes down in the industry. I feel that way. And that's why I was like, no, I support her in that. I really do believe whatever she has said has happened. These phone calls. She even told Shannon Sharpe, like, you've heard the phone call and messages yourself. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. That has happened. Because Shannon got scared. He got real gagged.
He did. He was like, Monique, I don't know now.
He knows. And Shannon knows too. So I believe everything she said in regards to what's happening in the industry and what has happened to her. Right. But as far as, those other little intricate personal details and stuff, Get Shalon on Club Shay Shay. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, dear God. If Shalon goes on Club Shay Shay, it's over for the future. It's not going to be good. If we are being honest, there's always another side to us. There is. But I just feel like, yes, Monique has been mistreated in the industry, and I don't take that away from her, especially by Tyler, Oprah, and all of them. But I think there's also some backstory and a little bit of more to the story that we ain't getting here. And I think a lot of it, and I don't even think it's her. I think a lot of it is with her husband. So basically, she needs to fire the husband from being the manager, get a new manager, let them turn the ship for her, and flip this around.
Because at the end of the day, I don't care how. Yes, your husband will have. At least I would hope your husband would have your best interest at heart, which he does. But you need somebody detached. You don't need to be in the bed with your manager.
I've always wondered how people did that, because I'm not saying I can't see how it could work, but you have to be very secure, very professional, have amazing boundaries, and you got to be able to flip the script like a Kim Kardashian ass cheek. I mean,
that's why I said. But you know what? Speaking of Kardashian, because Kris is their manager, their momager, they call her. Even Kris has had to detach herself completely from being a mother to them.
That's true. She clocked out completely as a mother. Yes. She did things that a mom would not do to their children, but a manager would.
And she had to detach her mother role to be their manager to get them to the success that they're at.
At what cost?
Right. At the cost of their relationships. So that's what I'm saying with them two, that's not healthy. Because when she sat down with them ugly ass blinds, with Sydney got her arm turned up under the table and hit record on live, his manager side should have stepped in and said, put the phone down, baby. We gonna call Shalon and handle this off air. We're not gonna do that on here. But the husband and the emotional aspect of that, because he doesn't like Shalon, and he doesn't like Shalon called him out.
I wonder why he doesn't like
him.
I wonder why he doesn't like him. Shalon seemed like such a nice person.
I think he doesn't like Shalon because Shalon probably was calling him out. You saw how Shalon read the fuck out of him?
And did.
And he's probably done that multiple times to Sydney.
As he clicked on his screen. And so I'd like to tell you that my mom just lacks accountability. You know, she really struggles with this. Her and her daddy and their children, whom I think they are very different parents to, you know, they just do things really different. And I wish them the best. I'm not angry. Okay? I'm fine. I just see it for what it is. And insane. I was like, just 1 second. Somebody take the Oscar off this brother's mama's shelf and hand it to this young man right here. Because who just played the hell out the role of being calm, cool, collected with their emotions is this young man. I personally was mind blown. I was like,
it's him.
There is nothing bad you can say about this young man. There is nothing. He was so gracious and respectful and kind and honest and wasn't vindictive at all. Wasn't overly emotional, wasn't crying and slanging snot. He was literally just telling you his experience.
But I feel like he had to be logical and put together to tell his truth, because if he got on there hooping, hollering, crying, we would automatically say, oh, you just mad at your mama. Oh, you paid by Oprah. Oh, you paid by Tyler. You just making that shit up because she just did an interview. You want her attention.
Okay, so, okay, well.
And that's not to take away from what Shalon said and how he presented himself. But I'm just saying he was very smart for how he publicly addressed that. He was. Very, very smart.
Yeah.
But Shalon had a point. Now, if you praying to God to heal something and it was a no, and you turn around and go to the universe.
And when he said that part, everybody was like, oh. Y'all do that where y'all from?
I'm Andy.
I'm Krystle. And listen, we are so glad you came on here to cut up with us today, because Monique and Daddy Manager and Shalon and Taraji and Lady O's behavior and Tyler, all of it gave wigs. And we are so glad y'all came to talk to us about this because it's given.
Shit.
Y'all just have a good one. Just go talk to y'all mamas.
I don't even know how to wrap this episode up because this was just a lot.
Just go hug y'all mamas, okay? Hug them, okay?
And don't call your man daddy outside of the room. Thank you.
Peace. The Uncut Chronicles is part of the Breaking Ice Building Bridges community podcast platform brought to you by Possibilities.